So please turn to page 7.13, 7.13 of your textbook. Today we are going to learn a new section, which is quite a short section, just one concept. 嗱，嚟緊今日咧會教呢一個部分咧，咁就好短、好細嘅呢部分。但係咧成日都會問嘅噃 ，OK？ 喺啲 long quest 裏邊嘅其中有一 part 仔1至2分嘅 ，OK？ 成日都會問嘅，一啲都唔難嘅呢一個，即係計少少嘢咁就得㗎啦 ，OK？ 1、2分咁樣樣。咁啊，希望大家都可以做到嘅呢一部分啊 ，OK？ 咁記住啦，即係難嗰啲部分咧，其實我會 cut 咗佢㗎啦。OK， 即係超級難或者係即係個計算係非常之繁複嘅部分咧，咁我就基本上都唔會喺呢一度咧教大家嘅。咁但係我教得大家嘅話咧，咁都係 expect 大家即係 aim at level 2或者 level 3嘅同學咧都要識嘅部分嚟嘅。OK， 好，咁啊記得去 Math App 嗰度。So this is page 7.13. 7.13. Okay. We are going to determine. Okay. We are still considering circles in an XY coordinate plane, right? For example, there is a circle here, and we know the center of the circle. We can actually find the center of the circle. Let me call the center to be G. Okay, point G. Okay, and then if I have a point, okay, where I have the coordinates of the point, and I need to know whether the point is outside the circle or the point is on the circle or the point is inside the circle. Okay, so there will be 3 different cases. Case 1, case 2, and case 3. Okay， 3種情況，如果有一點我哋知道咗坐標嘅 ，OK， 即係當然冇圖啦，冇圖嘅，我哋淨係知道呢個坐標，跟住我哋知道咗個圓形嘅 equation， 我哋點樣可以判斷到個點咧？其實係喺個圓形嘅外邊啦。喺個圓形嘅圓周上邊啦，抑或喺個圓形嘅裏邊咧，咁樣樣。OK， 喺呢個 section 我哋就係要判斷究竟係屬於 case 1、case 2 or case 3。OK， 好啦，咁我哋咧就要計一樣嘢喎。假設咧嗰個係一個 point 嚟嘅 point P。OK， 嗱我哋調翻轉嚟諗啦，如果個 point P 係 outside the circle 嘅 ，outside the circle。即係 case 1啦，咁咧 PG 呢個長度 distance between P and G will be larger than the radius of the circle. Can you see this? Distance between P and G, the length of PG will be larger than the radius of the circle because the radius of the circle is just this part, right? This is the R, okay? And then PG, the distance between the point and the center. Let me call this to be D. Okay, the distance between the point and the center should be larger than the radius of the circle if the point is outside the circle. 係嘛？如果嗰一點咧係喺個圓形嘅外邊嘅話咧，咁佢同圓心之間嘅距離咧，咪會大過個半徑嘅長度咯，係嘛 ？OK， 咁我哋就會咁樣去到即係話俾人聽啦，即係個 D distance between center and the point will be larger than the radius of the circle, and this is case 1. Okay. How about case 2? Case 2, if the point is on the circle, point P is on the circle, then the distance between the point and the center will be like this. 如果嗰個點就係喺個圓形嘅圓周上邊嘅話咧，咁呢一個個 point 同埋個 centre 之間嘅距離，即係呢個 D 啊，咪同個 R 係咪就係一樣咯？正正就係個 R 嚟嘅咯，係嘛？就係個 radius of the circle 嚟嘅。OK， 咁所以話咧 ，second case，the distance between the point and the centre will be exactly equal to the radius of the circle. Okay, this is the second case. How about the third case? The third case, if the point is inside the circle, the point P is like this, 喺個圓形個框框裏邊嘅，咁嘅時候咧，個 distance between the point P and the center, again, let me call this D, should be less than the radius. Can you see this? 因為咧由 G 伸延到去圓周嘅時候咧，先至係個半徑嚟噶嘛。咁而家個 P 點咧係喺個圓形裏邊嘅話咧，即係話由 G 伸延到去 P 點嘅時候咧，係未到圓周呢部分啦。咁所以之間嘅距離咧，係咪應該係未到 R 咁多啊？咁所以我哋個 D 咧，即係我哋考慮緊嘅 D 啊，即係 distance 就應該係細過個 radius 咁樣啦。The D should be less than the radius of the circle. And this is case 3. OK， 得唔得？呢一個咧就係我哋今日呢一堂咧要學識嘅嘢啦。有3個 case。題目會問你究竟某一點係咪喺個圓形嘅外邊啦，喺個圓形上邊啦，定係喺個圓形裏邊嘅 ？OK， whether the point is lying outside the circle, on the circle, or inside the circle, and then you need to calculate the distance between that point and the center. That is the small letter D. And you also need to calculate the radius of the circle. That is the small letter R. And then you need to compare whether the D is larger than the R, equal to the R, or less than the R. And then to answer whether it is case 1, case 2, or case 3. Okay, so that is like this. 好，咁我哋睇啲題目啦噃。Let's go to example 8. Example 8. 好啦，咁題目會點樣問你咧？睇住咯。Determine whether each of the following points lies inside, outside, or on the circle. 以下呢度兩點 ，A part 就係 A 點啦 ，B part 就係 origin O 嘅點啦，係嘛？究竟係喺呢一個 x square 加 y square 減6x 加2y 加1等於0呢一個 circle 嘅外邊啦、上邊啦，定係裏邊咧咁樣？咁我哋要計啲咩咧？要計個 D 同埋要計個 R。D 咧就係呢一點同 centre 之間嘅距離。咁但係咧，我哋要揾翻個 centre 嘅坐標出嚟先喎，係嘛？咁我而家咧有呢個 x square plus y square minus 6x plus 2y plus 1 equals 0. And this is already 1x square plus 1y square. Okay, and the right-hand side is already equal to 0. So we are ready to write down the D value, the E value, and the F value. And then to calculate the H value, that is D over -2, that is 3. And then K value, that is E over -2, that is -1. Okay, so the center is equal to 3 and -1. So let us just find the center and the radius first. 我哋兩樣嘢都要知嘅 ，OK 都要揾出嚟嘅 ，center 同埋 radius 都要揾嘅，係嘛？ And then if we have the center, we can calculate R square. R square is equal to H square plus K square minus F. And then R square is equal to 9. And taking square roots, R should be equal to 3, which means that the radius is equal to 3. OK? 好，咁呢度咧，我哋喺 A part 之前， 就可以 prepare 咗呢啲嘢先，因為咧 A part 同埋 B part 咧都係用同一個 circle 㗎係嘛？咁所以同一個 circle 嘅 centre 同埋 radius 咧，我哋就可以計咗出嚟先，然之後先至開始做 A part 咁樣啦。Okay, so we need to determine whether D is larger than R, equal to R, or less than R. But we have already calculated R to be 3. Okay, so all we need to do is to calculate the value of D. And D is the distance between the point and the center. Okay, so distance between the point and the center. We are going to use the distance formula. Okay, so that is the small letter d will be equal to x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square and then square root. And that should be equal to square root of 3 square plus 0 square. That should be square root of 9. That should be 3. Okay? This time, the d is equal to 3, which means that d should be, please wait. Sorry, 唔好意思啊。Okay, so we have found that the d is equal to 3. Okay, and then the r is equal to 3, which means that in this case, d is equal to r. Therefore, we can conclude that it is case 2, and the point is lying on the circle. Okay, therefore, the point is on the circle. So that is the answer. Is that okay? And then for part B, we want to find whether the origin O is outside the circle, on the circle, or inside the circle. Okay, and then we calculate the value of D first. Okay, so this time, D is equal to the distance between point O and the center. Okay, but the coordinates of point O is 0, 0. So it should be 3 minus 0 square plus -1 minus 0 square. Okay, and then taking square roots. And then we'll find that it should be equal to 3 square plus -1 square. So that should be square root of 10. Okay, square root of 10, if you use the calculator, it will be 3 point something, which should be larger than 3. So in this case, D is larger than R. Okay, D is larger than R. The distance between the point and the center is larger than radius, which means that it should be case 1. Okay, the point is outside the circle. So we just write down the conclusion. Therefore, the point is outside the circle. So that is the answer. And that. All right, now I would like you to do the instant drill number 8. Instant drill number 8. I'll give you 2 minutes for this. And please remember to upload your classwork to the Math app. Oh, example 8. Yes, sure. Is this one? You see? Okay, let's check the answers. Determine whether each of the following points lies inside, outside, or on the circle. Okay, same question. And because part A, part B use the same circle, so before starting part A, we can find the center and the radius of the circle first. Okay, so x squared plus y squared minus 8x minus 8y plus 7 is equal to 0. And again, it is already 1x squared plus 1y squared. And the right-hand side is already equal to 0. So we are ready to write down the d value, the e value, and the f value. Okay, and then we can calculate the h value, d over -2, which is 4, and then k value is e over -2, which is also 4, and then the center should be equal to 4 and 4. Okay, and we can also calculate the r square by using the h square plus k square minus f. Okay, and then r square is equal to, is it 25? Yes, and then r is equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5, which means that the radius is equal to 5. Okay. 嗱，呢個咧喺 A part 即係開始做 A part 之前咧，咁我哋就要做咗呢兩個 preparation 先嘅咯噃，係嘛？即係揾咗 center 嘅坐標同埋 radius 嘅長度先。好啦，咁跟住咧，我哋就真係可以落手咧去到做 A part 啦。咁我哋而家咧要判斷究竟呢一個 point B 係咪喺呢個 circle 嘅外邊、上邊定係裏邊？就要計一計咧 point B 同埋圓心之間嘅距離，即係07同埋44之間嘅距離。咁我就用 distance formula 啦，係嘛？即係呢個細階 d，small letter d will be calculated by the distance formula. Okay, 4 minus 0 square plus 4 minus 7 square. Okay, x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square and then square roots. And then it should be equal to 4 square plus negative 3 square. And then it should be 16 plus 9, that is 25 square root, which is equal to 5. Okay, so we have successfully calculated the d to be equal to 5. But the radius is also equal to 5. So you have to say this, d is equal to r. Okay, the distance is equal to radius, which means that it should belong to case 2. Case 2 means the point is on the circle. Okay, just write down the conclusion. Therefore, the point is on the circle. So that is the answer of part A. Is that okay? Part B, we do the same thing. I want to check whether the point C is outside the circle, inside the circle, or on the circle. Okay, so I need to find the distance between point C and the center. That is the distance between 3, 2 and 4, 4. Okay, so we are going to use the distance formula again. Okay, so it should be 4 minus 3 square plus 4 minus 2 square root. And it should be equal to 1 square plus 2 square. Okay, square root, it should be square root of 5. Okay, but square root of 5 is equal to 2 point something. Okay, 2 point something, which means that it should be less than r. Okay, so d is less than r. If d is less than r, then it belongs to case 3. Case 3, the point is inside the circle. Therefore, the point is inside the circle. Is that okay? 得唔得？好嗱，跟住係咪仲抄緊啊？跟住咧，我想你做多兩題啫。第3、第4題 ，Instant Drill Corner 7.2，Number 3 and Number 4。好，抄過嚟先啊。So please try to do Number 3 and Number 4 of Instant Drill Corner. It's in 7.2.嗱呢度咧，你可以有兩個方法嘅，拆晒過咗佢先又得。但係咧， 如果你記得嘅話咧，我之前咧係有條式咧就係咁樣嘅。So x minus h square plus y minus k square equals r square. Okay. So in this case, x minus 4 bracket square is okay. But there is a y square. But y can be written as y minus 0 square, right? Equals 25. So the h should be equal to 4 and k is equal to 0. Okay, which means that the center should be 4, 0. And when you compare the 25 with this formula, r squared is equal to 25, which means that r is equal to square root of 25, that is 5, which means that the radius is equal to 5. Okay, so we have successfully found the center and the radius here. Okay, and then we can calculate the d and to determine whether d lies inside, outside, or on the circle. Okay, but I think I should stop here, and I will continue to talk about this instant drill corner tomorrow. Okay, so do you have any more problems? So if no, then that is the end of this lesson, and you may leave now. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.